7 quality control tools, which includes histogram. So histogram is something which we have all been dealing with since the time we've been talking about this normal distribution. So when you have a data, you plot a graph out of it, a normal distribution. It is nothing other than histogram. So when you look at histogram, it helps you understand two things. It helps you understand the center of the data, the mean, and it also helps you understand the variation in the data, which is the standard deviation, so the spread of the data. So histogram is something which we have already been dealing with. When you plot histogram, you find out the yield of the process, the sigma level of the process. So even if you say, go ahead and say, let's try and see if we can. So when we have this data, and I say if I want to create a histogram for this, we go to stats, basic stats, and we do a graphical summary. So when we plot this data, this is nothing other than your histogram. That's your histogram. This one, these are a histogram. So histogram we have all been studying all this while when we talk about normal distribution. Where is the average of the data? What is the spread of the data? So when we look at histogram, it helps you understand the process, central tendency as well as variation in the data. So histogram is something which we have already been familiar with. Check sheet. Can anyone tell me like what is a check sheet? I'm sure we all have used it many times, but it'll be good to hear it from someone within the team, like anyone who wants to share. What is a check sheet? It is something which we use way too often. A to-do list, yes, definitely to-do list is a check sheet kind of thing. What else? What else? Any examples of a check sheet? Manual data recording. Thanks, Wasim. Absolutely, manual data recording. So you're recording the data manually. You want to check whether, and even the data collection that we done, that was your check sheet. Preventive maintenance sheet, absolutely, Manthan, absolutely, without any doubt. So when we talk about a check sheet, it's all about pre-recorded values, and we collect data around those pre-recorded values. So like we had this data collection sheet, we had the variables available with us, the Y, the ticket handler, gender. So we had certain variables. We collected data around those variables. That was a form. This is the check sheet. So we collect check sheets. It's a highly manual way of data collection, but very effective. For you to do analysis, you need to have a check sheet. Every department, every organization should have a check sheet, which will tell them that what are the things they need to do. Again, so even an attendance sheet is a check sheet. So when you have a pre-recorded values against certain people, you mark present, absent, late. So that's a check sheet. So with that, you can do some analysis. What is the number of people who are late to office, what percentage, and all that. So check sheet will form the base of your analysis. Again, another reason why we would like to have a check sheet is that it helps you make sure that you don't miss out things. You don't want to miss out things because you generally have a habit of remembering things. Say it's always said that your brain is certain storage. If you're using it as a storage center or a processing center, that's what it means. So if you are using too much of brain for storing things, memorizing things, you'll have less of processing space. So your mind is not the storage center. Mind is the processing center. You got to keep it. Things which can be controlled through systems should be controlled through systems. So you don't want to memorize everything. So say there are 20 different things that I do on a day-to-day basis. If I have to remember all those 20 things, I may not always be able to remember all 20 things. I might miss out one thing some days, something else some other day. So it's quite possible if I might miss out. Even for an argument's sake, say we don't miss out anything, but we will change the order. Someday I might do first thing third time, and third thing fifth time. Things will change. The order of the things which we do will change. With the help of check sheet, I'm able to make sure that I have a list of all the things which are supposed to be done, so I don't miss out anything. And it's the list is in an order in which the work needs to be done, so I don't miss out the order of it also. So if I'm missing something, I'm not forgetting it. I am consciously missing it because I can afford to miss. There is not about forgetting and missing it. You consciously choose that I don't have time. I can afford to miss this. You can. So check sheet will help you ensure that you have your basic processes under control. Every department should create a workflow check sheet which will help them ensure the process is in a streamlined order. You don't want people to remember and then basis their understanding of how much they can remember. You can't let your process suffer. So that is what check sheet will help you make sure that we maintain the integrity of the process. Flowchart is something which we have all been using since our schooling days. We have been making flowcharts. So flowchart is something which we have done in a SciPoc also. SciPoc is also a flowchart. When you make a detailed process map, it's a flowchart. So flowchart is something which is we have or we all understand. It's a process flow diagram. When you look at the process flow diagram, that is what is your flowchart.